Hello, I'm Brigantia Blackbird of the Blackbird Grimoire. Good morning to you and welcome to the daily forecast for Sunday, July 7th, 2024. It is the day of the sun. It is the day of the god. We have a waxing crescent moon. We are in Cancer season, the Celtic tree month of oak, woodpecker season, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, and Pluto retrograde. Now, some of the details of our astrology. The sun is in Cancer, a cardinal water sign representing intuition. The moon is in first quarter Leo, fixed fire, representing enthusiasm. Mercury is in Leo, fixed fire, representing ideals. Venus is in Cancer, cardinal water, representing frugality. Mars is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing purpose. Jupiter is in Gemini, mutable air, representing questing. And Saturn is retrograding Pisces, mutable water, meaning that we need to redefine our dreams. Then Uranus is in Taurus, fixed earth, representing renovation. Neptune is retrograding in Pisces, mutable water, causing a spiritual awakening. And at very long last, we have Pluto retrograding in Aquarius, fixed air, meaning that we need to examine our intentions. And just for a little bit more detail on the retrogrades, what they mean, what we can use them for, because this should not be a period of time. We just cannot spend half of our year whenever retrograde season starts up feeling as though we are being impressed and opposed upon and that nothing is going well. No, we have to learn how to make use of these particular energies. It's vital for our own personal success. So for the Saturn retrograde, this is the time to reevaluate goals, reconsider commitments, reclaim your authority. And then the Neptune retrograde, reimagine dreams, reclaim a sense of mystery, reclaim faith and magic. And for Pluto retrograde, reclaim the ability to regenerate, reconsider what deserves your energy, release attachments that do not serve. And if we look at these all together, you really see a common thread of just renewal, rejuvenation, restarting. Now for the moon phase, for that waxing crescent up, think planning, brainstorming, and creativity. And then with the Leo moon, do, lead, perform, be artistic. Don't be in depressing environments. Don't be around unappreciative people, and don't get bogged down in detail work. And again, with the don'ts, it's if you can avoid it. If you can't avoid it, then just this is your heads up that things may not go entirely smoothly, and just plan accordingly. But if you don't have to do these things during the Leo moon, well, this is your little nudge to remove yourself from that situation. So, the intuitive Cancerian sun may be leading your path to your mind to wander down many paths, I should say, and your spirit might be pulled into exploring some of that further in the waking world. So, unexpected lessons and messages are possible. Just in recent days, I've been stumbling upon some podcasts that were very intriguing and knitted together a few ideas that I've had in the back of my mind for a while now. So, I will definitely be venturing forth in that general direction. And it's, of course, this is because this is the time of year for this sort of thing to happen. So learning to work with these energies, that does tend to lead to better outcomes for us. Now, our tarot for the day is the Four of Swords. Its keywords are vigilance, retreat, solitude, hermit's repose, exile, tomb, and coffin. So when you're thinking the suit of swords, think air element, masculine energy, projective energy, intellectual, stability, for the number 4 specifically. So, as we are looking at this, it looks like we're not being urged to venture too far outside of our comfort zone. Yes, there's a lot of adventurous energy in the air right now, but it's not necessarily saying go outside of your comfort zone. These are adventures we want to go on, that we're comfortable to go on. And this is about making sure that we have some place to go, an oasis, somewhere we can retreat to, somewhere that is quiet, somewhere that allows us to digest all of the things that we have been taking in, at least in its most uplifting spin. Now, in its somewhat left uplifting spin, if someone happens to be enduring one of those long dark nights of the soul, you might say, this could feel more like a time of exile, about being. And they might feel that way just because that is how this particular energy is making them feel. They're not contracting comfortably, they're contracting uncomfortably. And they might be confronted with some issues that perhaps were on the back burner, or perhaps, sprung up out of nowhere and they find particularly challenging. And to them, I would say you will get through this. You absolutely 1000% will. And the sooner you learn to confront pain and confront difficulties and face things head on, the sooner you will be able to work out your release from this particular sense of stagnation. Next up, our Celtic triad. It reads 3 measuring rods for every person. their dreams, their fears, and their unconcern. And this makes perfect sense because once you know someone's dreams, fears, and the things that they don't worry about, you have a general outline for their personality. You understand the parameters that are defining characteristics that makes them an individual. And of course, can also understand this about yourself. And all three of these things must be known in order to form a just impression. If you judge someone only on the basis of their dreams, you're getting a very incomplete picture. If it's just their fears, that could lead you to have a very distorted understanding of who they are. And the things that they don't care about, well, if you only have an absence of care and you don't know what they are caring about, you cannot begin to have an understanding of them. And as we are missing so much understanding in the world, and so much misunderstanding because of just how we communicate or how we don't communicate these days, this is something to keep in mind, to try to look at the full scope of someone before really coming to a conclusion about them. It's about having a fair hearing. Next up, our today's magical intention is wishes. For this, we have the color yellow. The plant is the sunflower, the animal is the robin, and the crystal is citrine. Wishing upon a star can include our own home native star, the sun. Just because we see it shining brightest during the day, it does not mean that it is any less of a star. And of course, tapping into that solar energy in order to project your intentions into the world is a very powerful act. Now for today's practice, it's Sunday, so honoring a solar deity, working on your root chakra, and then to contemplate, is there an aspect of your sun sign that you do not relate to? Something that you don't feel quite fits, you're not really comfortable with it, you feel like this is a way where you kind of deviate from your overall type. Just kind of explore that today. Then read some lore about water sprites, or, wherever your interest in them takes you. And you might also try an outdoor meditation in the sun today. Lastly, our journal prompt. In clear, clean water, we can see down to a certain depth, and at that depth, we can discover all sorts of treasures. So how far into the depths of your soul can you see, and what resides there? That should lead to some fairly interesting musings for you today. Now, that is what I have for you. Come back tomorrow for the next edition of the Daily Forecast. And in the meantime, let me know what you thought of this one in the comments. But I will see you guys tomorrow in the next one. Bye.